Okay, I decided to make some white bread this morning because I have some leftover turkey in the fridge and some nice cheese, and I want to make some grilled cheese sandwiches with homemade bread. So I'm going to do a quick recipe. I used this recipe in a vlog before, but I thought I would do just a full out video on it. So I start off with 1 1/4 cup of warm water. This is about 110 degrees. I'll add 3 tablespoons of sugar. And if you don't want to use sugar, you can certainly use honey. But this is just easy for me this morning, quick and easy. Just scoop out. Just going to give that a stir to dissolve. Okay, I'll get you another one. And then the recipe calls for 5 teaspoons of yeast. And that's a lot of yeast because this is going to be a quick loaf. So 1, 2. Okay, babe. 3, 4.
Oh, this is washing? And now washing.
5. So that's about the whole jar. I'm just going to give that a nice stir. I'm going to let this sit here for about 5 minutes until the yeast gets all foamy and bubbly, which means that the yeast is active and alive and the bread will rise properly. Okay, so the yeast is nice and foamy, and I will add the rest of the ingredients, starting with a 1/4 cup of oil. A 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And then you add the flour. The recipe calls for 3 to 3.5 cups, and you just add it until you reach the consistency that you like. And I'm just going to do all white bread today, and I'm going to start off with 3 cups. One.
Mommy, I made a mess.
Can I give you a paper towel?
Yeah.
I give you a paper towel.
Okay, so that's 3 cups of flour. Okay, so I'm mixing it up here, and I will let this go until it forms a ball. And then I will check to see how the dough feels after it mixes up. So here it is after it's come together. I'm just going to add the rest of the flour, which is a 1/2 cup. Well, actually I started with the 1/4 there. And we'll see how that looks. Okay, so here's the dough after I added that 1/4 cup of flour. I touch it. It's a little bit sticky, but that's okay with me, and I'm going to knead it on speed 2 for about 5 minutes. Okay, so the dough is done kneading. I just need to let it rest in this bowl for 5 minutes covered. And then after that, we will shape it into a loaf and let it rise. Okay, my dough has rested for 5 minutes. I'm just going to spray this area because my dough's sticky. Just scrape it out with my dough scraper. Get every little piece out. All right. Now with clean hands, I'm just gonna kind of work it. And I greased a Pullman pan. And I'm not going to do put the top on. I'm just going to let it rise and bake off like this, like a regular loaf. And then I'm going to preheat my oven to 375 and let this rise until it reaches about 1 inch over the top of the loaf pan. Okay, so my bread rose about 1 inch above the pan here. I'm just going to slash it with a lame right through the middle. And I'm going to put it in the oven that's been preheating for 375 degrees and bake it off for about 25 minutes. Okay, here's my loaf. I'm just going to flip it over. Tap on it. Sounds hollow. I'm just going to let it dry, or not dry, I'm going to let it cool, and then I will cut into it. It's got a nice little color. The bad news is I kind of deflated it when I slashed into it, but the good news is it's still pretty, and it'll make delicious sandwiches. I cannot wait to cut into it. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and slice into this bread using my Rita bread knife. And the crumb to me looks really nice. See that? I'm going to cut a few slices. And when I did the video, I just gave you the basic recipe, but I actually added a few amendments to the dough. I added about 1 tablespoon of vital wheat gluten, 3 tablespoons of dry milk powder. I tried something new. I added 2 tablespoons of potato flakes, and then I also added, what else did I add? Oh, non-diastatic malt powder. I added about 1 teaspoon of that. And so you definitely don't need it in the recipe, and those are just extras, you know, that you may or may not find at your grocery store. So the recipe I gave you just required all the ingredients that you can find at your local supermarket. But there it is. I cannot wait to make a grilled cheese with it, and maybe some French toast in the morning. All right, hope you guys try this recipe. It's really quick and it's really easy. It requires really just 1 rise, and next thing you know, you have bread for the week. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.